Hi, Ruth Coppinger TD. I've just come a short while ago from the first public session of the Dail Committee on the 8th Amendment. It was Judge Lafoy in to speak about the intention and also the methods used by the Citizens' Assembly to come up with their far-reaching proposals for abortion rights. The meeting began with Billy Kelleher TD from Fianna Fáil trying to make out that there wasn't a clear path or a roadway illuminated by the Citizens' Assembly, but it couldn't have been any clearer. It's written out in black and white that what the Citizens' Assembly put forward was abortion on the grounds of health, but also for socio-economic reasons, and also at the request of the pregnant person themselves without any reason being given up until 12 weeks, which is the basis of laws in most countries where abortion is legal. There was also a question as to why socio-economic was put in by the citizens, and the judge and the team answered quite clearly that they had listened to the reality presented to them by women, and they were dealing with that reality that abortion is expensive and for the most vulnerable in society will be excluded if there wasn't such a clause. There's been an attempt to undermine the Citizens' Assembly proposals since they came out. I raised this in my contribution, and I asked the judge, was she disappointed that people in the media, politicians and the Taoiseach himself has suggested that, okay, this was members of the public, but it wouldn't be passed by other members of the public, and in essence that it's not representative. And I explained that actually what we're seeing is that the public is way ahead of the politicians, and far from the case that we need to educate the public, it's the public who are educating the politicians. And it was the citizens who fought for all of the liberal demands in the Citizens' Assembly proposals, including taking out the word serious in relation to women's health, that it's just a risk to health, putting in the socio-economic, and also just demanding that mental and physical health would not be separated. There was also some quite outrageous statements made by some members of the committee. Peter Fitzpatrick of Fine Gael Anti-Abortion TD tried to make out that there's a goal in Denmark to become Down syndrome free. I'm sure that will be news to people in Denmark. Ronan Mullen also tried to make out that thousands of lives have been saved by the 8th Amendment and that Ireland somehow had a lower abortion rate, which is just statistically not the case. Banning abortion never prevents abortion. Bernard Durkin, when he wasn't nodding off at the committee meeting, made some outrageous statements about rape. He said that don't people report rape the next day, whereas obviously most people who are raped don't report it actually at all. And isn't there some treatment for that kind of thing? So these are the people that are meant to be educating the public? I think not. Lastly, just to say that I think we challenged the undermining of the Citizens' Assembly report. I think we brought out many important issues that will be dealt with in future sessions, but it's very important that people continue to lobby and to contact politicians, that they must come into line with where the public are at in this issue, and they must respect the Citizens' Assembly.